This time, actually, you're going to learn a really awesome closing effect. Let's do this. Okay, so you're going to start with a pack of cards, and what's going to happen is the spectator is going to pull out a card. It doesn't matter which card they pull out, so they're going to have a free choice of which card to pull out. They pull out a card, like this one right here, which is the King of Diamonds, and then what you're going to do is you're going to mention to the spectator, you could have pulled out any of these different cards, you have 52 different options, whatever you want to say, and then you're going to ask them to freely put the card in the center of the deck. And then you can ask them to freely shuffle the deck. It's completely up to them, and eventually they're going to hand the deck back to you, and you're going to say, watch, 3 cuts and I find your card the... And then you wait a minute, and you're like, that was your card, right? They say, no, that's not my card. So then you're like, okay, let me try this again, the 8 of clubs. They're like, no, that's not my card. And you say, okay, let me watch. One-handed, just like that, I find your card, the 6 of hearts. They're like, no, that's not my card. And I'm like, okay, M-A-G-I-C, just like that, I find your card. They're like, no, that's not my card, none of those are my card. And at this point, you look like a complete fool. So, what you're gonna do is you're gonna prove to them that you're not a fool. So you're gonna say, look, I actually knew that you were going to pull out that card ever since the very start, and I'm going to prove it to you. I actually have a prediction right over here, and this prediction right here says the King of Diamonds on it, right there. As you can see, I knew you were going to pick the King of Diamonds, and I could prove this even further. It's not just this that's the King of Diamonds. I actually could prove this even further. If we open up these cards, just like this, we can actually see, with a snap, we actually get them all to change into the King of Diamonds. When I was done, I'm going to show you right now. Okay, so many of you probably know how this is done already, so if you see in some of my other videos like torn cards, you probably already know this is done because I taught how to do this trick. Well, not really this trick, but how to do another trick, which is pretty much the same exact method as this trick. So with that out of the way, let's go into the tutorial. Okay, so you're going to need a one-way force deck. This is called a one-way force deck. Basically, you could buy it at a magic store or online. It's basically a deck of cards of only one card. Then you're going to need a normal deck of cards. This one's pretty trashy, but the main reason it's trashy is because I only have one one-way force deck, and it looks like trash, so I gotta make the match, if that makes sense. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the King of Diamonds out of this trash deck, and I'm going to put it on top, and you're going to need to force this card. But before you do that, you're going to need to, set up a little bit. Okay, so you're going to need 2 boxes. What you're going to do is you're going to take your King of Diamonds deck, and you're going to put it in this box. This is optional, but you can do it. It makes it a little bit easier. I put a little dot in the corner to make sure I don't accidentally pull the all King of Diamonds deck out first. That's going to go in the box. Now, what's going to happen, I'm going to fold up this prediction. That goes in the box. Then, I'm going to pull out this deck of cards, have the King of Diamonds at top, put it inside, and that goes in the box. So basically what's going to happen is when you start, you're going to pull your deck of cards out of the box, and you're going to be like, I'm going to blow your minds. And then, you're going to ask the spectator to pull out a card, but you're going to do it in any way whatsoever to make sure that they had a free selection. We always lie. We never actually give somebody a free selection. Like, we always pretend we do, but then most of the time it's not a free selection, so you're going to force a card anyways. So, you can force a card however you want. In the tutorial's sake, no, actually in the performance, I did the one-way force, and then I forced the King of Diamonds. But for you, since this is a tutorial, I'm going to teach you a really easy way to do it. But if you don't like this way, stick with a better way. So anyways, what's going to happen, I got the King of Diamonds on the bottom, and I'm going to ask the spectator to say stop anytime you want. They say stop, and I'm going to swing cut it over and show them the bottom card, just like that. So I do that. They say stop anytime they want. I swing cut it over and show them the bottom card. So that is one way to force a card. If you don't like this way, find a better one. There's many different ways to force a card. Just look it up. So, anyways, what's going to happen, you're going to take this King of Diamonds. It's going to go in the center of the deck. You're going to mention you had a free choice, whatever you want, just to make sure that they realize beforehand that they weren't all the King of Diamonds, so when you do the switch, it actually looks legit. Now, it's going to go in the center of the deck. You can ask them to shuffle it up, whatever you want. Then, you're gonna, pretend to fail. So you're gonna be like, okay, was this your card? You can do whatever you want. You'd be like spelling out their name. You could be like spelling out their name, like B-O-B. There's your card. They're like, no. And the best thing is, normally, you're just gonna keep doing this, and hopefully, you actually don't want to land on the King of Diamonds. So this was a huge coincidence. I can't believe this just happened. But the weird thing is, you don't actually want this to happen. But if it does, it's fine. You can just pretend that that's what you meant to do. So, anyways, let's pretend that didn't happen, you just messed up, and yeah, everybody thinks you're a fool. So, anyways, you're gonna pick these cards up, you're gonna stick them in the box, and you're gonna be like, no, I did not mess up. Oh, look, there's the king of diamonds again. Okay, so you're gonna be like, okay, so you're gonna be like, no, I did not mess up. I know that your card was ever since the very start, and I'm gonna prove it to you right now. So you're gonna reach into the box, and as you do this, you're switching this out with this. So you're gonna be like, okay, I got a prediction inside the box, and just like that, I switched it out with the other deck. So now I got all the king of diamonds. So this box is now switched. You're gonna close this up and make sure nobody looks inside your box, because then you will... I can't think of a joke for that. So anyways, what's gonna happen is, you know, you get the idea. You're gonna pull this one out, and then this is when you want to build it up. You want to distract it from the fact that you switched it from the box. You're gonna be like, well, I didn't do this in the performance, but you should do this. So you're gonna be like, okay, you had a free choice of what to select. You could have done anything you wanted. So anyways, there's the king of diamonds, just like that. And then you can do whatever you want. Snap your fingers, open up the box, and then you can build this up. You could be goofy, you could do whatever you want. You could be like, oh look, in your face, we got all the king of... Well, that's pretty much it. If you like this content, subscribe down below to be notified of future uploads. That's pretty much it. Hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, and subscribe. That's for now. I'll see you next time. Yeah.